I mean, I've done pretty minor searches, but not much has turned up. Something like this looks pretty good, actually. What do you think about this? We could still do the texturing stuff, and it would work even better. We can do a gradient within, and then do the, yeah, we can do a, that actually looks a lot better than that, because it has the pointy thing is key. We can have the pointy stuff be slopey. Let's, we can draw two arcs. Arcs are just part of a circle, by the way. And if we do a circle like that, that'll be a very sharp point, right? If we're going to do rounded rectangles, we might as well do this. This is just, if you flip it one way, it's rounded rectangle. If you flip the circle the other way, it's a, whatever you call this, Ouija board thing. That's good. Let's do that. All right, so yeah, fortunately I still have echo effect here, and you can see how to draw arcs. So take all that junk out. That didn't help us at all. So we're not drawing a rectangle, we're drawing arcs. We want to inset a little bit, maybe. Well, let's just draw and see what we get. So we want to move to point. That's going to be, let's start at the left. So that will be zero. Let's make it 1. We want 1, 1, 10. We're adding a margin of 1. And we want that to you know what? I think we just want to add the arcs. Right? I'm pretty sure we just want to add the arcs. We don't need to do anything to preface that. CG context, add arc, context. And that's going to be, this is going to be the point, the center point for the circle. So if we look at our picture again, center point for this circle should be right here. And that will give us a very even circle that comes down to tangent at the whatever this, the end point. Yeah, so center point should be 0 or inset margin and 0. No, inset margin. I have a bad feeling that these are going to destroy my life, these margins. We'll see. The next parameter is the radius. So that should be, the radius is half of the height, which is half of the width. Okay, thumb width divided by minus inset margin times 2. Don't get times 2. Alright, this is where it gets ugly. Divided by 2. That'll get us to the center. Yeah, this is the y. This should be commented. X radius, X point for circle center, Y for circle center. And then the angle, starting and ending angle. So, this is the point, starting and ending angle. This is 0. This is a phase of 0. This is phase of pi over 2. This is phase of pi. So, wait, we're starting here, remember, not there. So, we want exactly, the question is how do we want to draw? We can pick anything, any way we like. So let's start here and say, so let's do pi over 2, 0 to pi over 2. 0 and pi divided by 2. And do we want, I think 1 is clockwise. Let's look that up. Add arc. Clockwise, yep. So this will get us from here to here. So now we're here, and we want, that's 3 times pi over 2 to 0. Maybe you have to put 2 pi, I'm not sure. Probably 0 is fine, since we have the clockwise indicator. 3 times m pi divided by 2 to 0. Yeah, 2 pi makes sense. Yep. Right, so that gets us to here. Then we want a straight line all the way to there, which is, that means, well, the radius is half of the height, so that's easy to do. And actually, we don't need, I think that automatically will get connected if we just add the next arc. Let's try it. One thing I forgot to do is change the x. So that should be k thumb height minus inset margin. And that should also be the same here. K thumb height minus k inset margin. What's going on? I'm getting confused now. So this is rotated. This is one thing we are doing wrong. Let's do it again, drawing it like this. Yeah. So where did we start? We started at inset margin and then half of the y. Inset margin, half the y. That's right here. Then we went all the way to here, right? Let's verify that. Only thing we changed, yep, we moved along the X. So that got us to the other end. I'm not sure what this divide by 2 thing is, because if you look, center of the circle here doesn't have divide by 2. Yeah, that's wrong. It should be the inset margin. It's just right at the beginning, at the 0, 0. Yeah. Yeah, and I need to treat, I think width and height should be like this. I don't think we should be talking about flipping anything. We're not rotating here. Yeah, it's actually quite simple when you do it like this. So look how easy that is. So we went from left to right, and that's all you need. Then we want to go from the right, the top left to the top right, and we want the top left to the top right, and we want to the bottom right. So the bottom right means this stays the same, but this changes to the top, to the bottom. And that will look like this. Yep. And the angle will change if we're down here. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. When we're down here, this is 0, this is pi over 2, this is pi. So we want pi to pi over 3. Except we have to keep the order the same. This is tricky. So this is clockwise, boom. This has to be counterclockwise, like that, right? This is actually counterclockwise. This is actually clockwise. The reason that matters is because it's how the paths join up. If we did the other way, it would draw a line like this to connect, because this would be the last point, if that makes sense. So we have to keep this kind of motion. That means every time the clockwise parameter is going to flip starting at 0, because it starts counterclockwise. Right, and this one's also counterclockwise, but this one's, wait, ooh, this is weird. This is counterclockwise. This is also counterclockwise. This is also they're all counterclockwise. I take that all back. Another thing that messes with your brain. Yep. Alright, then the last arc is just going to have the original x and the positive y for the lower left. And that's going to be from 0 to 3 over pi divided by 2. Wait, what did I say?